Dreams in sockets bright, a neon glow.
Hey. We don't need music. Remember? I said the video is going to be kind of short. We don't need music. It's fine.
Dreams in sockets bright, a neon glow in the dead of night.
What's going on? Come on, I said. We don't need music. I can't go to the bathroom. You're playing music already? Come on. We don't need the music. The video is too short, okay? I'm going to walk away. Don't play music again.
Dreams in sockets bright, a neon glow.
You're listening to music in here? Again? While I'm loungeboarding around the house? Come on. Play the music.
Dreams in sockets bright, a neon glow in the dead of night. Pulse race to his mechanical beat, a Pip Boy complete. He's found his feet. Glow like the stars, future in sight. Dance in the dark, neon delight. Cables and wires, taking flight. That dream where you shine so bright.
Whew. Now that music's over with, we can get started. And boy, do I got something for you guys today. You're going to like this. So, like many of you, I too am also a huge fan of the Fallout franchise. And I was not fortunate enough when Fallout 4 came out to get the Bethesda issue Pip Boy. So, as you saw in a previous video, I made my own version. And this thing, as cool as it is, and as cool of an experiment it was to make, it just ain't up to snuff. At all in the slightest. I mean, the quality alone is just really bad. But, again, just a little experiment, something I wanted to try out. So that being said, looking online for all these Bethesda issue ones, people want way too much for them. And I looked to alternative markets, like the 3D printing world. So I looked at a few of them, and I found some that were nice. Some that were made and I think modeled after the Bethesda one. They're literally printed with the pocket for your phone, like the Bethesda one has. So I got to thinking. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get one, mess with it, sand it down, make it nice, paint it, and make it look like my ideal Pip Boy. And then from there, my ideas kind of went out of control. Now, I've got something bigger in mind. We'll discuss that later in the video. But for right now, let's get into this Pip Boy. This first clip I'm showing you here is actually my Pip Boy before anything, before sanding, just pretty much fresh when I got it. And there's a little bag of all the accessories and stuff with it too, but this I just wanted to showcase the actual ordered Pip Boy and what it looks like and all that. These next little clips, I'm just going to talk over and you can watch. They're basically just showcasing the 3D printed Pip Boy with all the little attachments that come with it, the screws and all that, and then me showing the interior, like the phone part. But I just wanted to speak on this, that I bought this thinking that it was going to be pretty decent quality, and I'm not going to lie, it is, except for some certain things. I don't know what the material he used to make this. I think it was PTE or something like that, the stronger material. There's a lot of like drag marks. There's a lot of like rough stuff. So I had to spend a lot of time sitting there and sanding it and making it smooth, which I did, and I'm glad I did because the end result came out excellent. But just know that if you're first time buying something that's 3D printed like I wasn't aware it was going to be like that. And I guess it all depends on the quality of the printer and how long they've been doing it. The guy that I ordered from, he had like 4 stars and even came with a business card. So, I mean, he must do it for a living. I don't know what the mistake was. I don't know too much about 3D printing, but I just wanted to comment on that so you guys could see and understand. This clip is my Pip Boy actually after I sanded it. I started out with 80 grit, and then I moved up to 120, and it actually made the surface feel kind of fuzzy. I don't know if it's because of the material it's made out of or what, but I knew I'd have to sand it more. And then I tried to get the stuff on the inside. There's like a lot of these strings, these like hard plastic strings. I really couldn't get them out, so I kind of just let it go. But there's the rough sanding part. This clip is I painted the Pip Boy green as a primer. I also kind of wanted to troll and make a Shrek Pip Boy, see what it would look like, but it was just mainly for primer to see like where really heavily needed sanding. That's a little technique I figured out when I'm sanding something. If I throw a little bit of paint on it, I can often see things that I normally couldn't see. And always know that when you're sanding, use your less dominant hand to feel for imperfections, and they'll stick out like a sore thumb. I actually learned that in shop class. Okay, so then this is after I sanded off the primer. I used, I think it was 220, and then I moved up to 320. I'll show the sandpaper in a little bit so you guys can see, but yeah, I sanded that down, and you can see all those lines, but let me tell you, you can't feel them at all. That thing is super smooth now. With all my sanding and stuff done, I now had to think, what Pip Boy would I really like? You see, my original one, my little one, I painted and modeled after mine on Fallout 76. I had the flame one. And I thought about it, I'm like, I don't want to do that again. And I have like a better looking Pip Boy that's actually like official looking. Why not do something Fallout themed like Vault Boy or Nuka Cola? And I was like, you know what? Let's do Nuka Cola. I think that'll look the best. It'll stand out. It'll look cool. So then I looked up Nuka Cola Pip Boys, and apparently there are two different ones that have appeared in the game. So I kind of combined both aspects of them together and made my own. Okay, so then this little clip here, I'm just showcasing I did most of the red paint job on it. I think it came out nice. It was kind of hard to do. I had to do like a bunch of coats to get it to stay. I probably should have done like white underneath to make it pop. And then this clip here is after I added all the white. And let me tell you, that white paint I was using was so thick, it was annoying to try and get on. And then I was doing like the latching mechanism in white, and it was annoying. That's why you can see kind of scratches on there. I had already put it together and had to tear it apart again and sand some more stuff down. And this clip is just me showing off like the little dials and stuff that I started painting. And this clip is just it all assembled after I've painted everything. That last clip was the last clip I have of me actually making it, because I didn't want to film all of the fine details. I wanted to surprise you guys and show you here at the end. So here we go. Big reveal time. Here she is. My Nuka Cola Pip Boy. And I didn't add any of the gauges and stuff. And if I really wanted to be picky, these little things on the top and bottom part are actually supposed to be lights. If I really wanted to be picky, I could sit here and try to drill those out and then try to put like actual lights in. And the gauges I'll maybe do eventually. I was just more concerned with actually painting this thing and really putting it together. I mean, I put all the fine little details on this thing that I could. Even the stars, the little Nuka Cola stars. And I even like weathered it and put some damage to it and stuff. I even hand painted these, which was really annoying. And this thing actually does work in conjunction with that, so I definitely need to put a gauge in there at some point. But yeah, and then I cut up an old HDMI cord and used for this, and this thing actually does detach. So you know, if there's any accents points or anything I need to plug that into, it's ready to roll. But yeah, there she is. Obviously, I've got a whole Shrek TV dedicated to Shrek. So in that spirit, I made my own Shrek holotape. So yeah, you know, So out here searching the wastelands and just happened to come across Shrek, the first movie. So if I ever want to watch it on my Pip Boy, I can. Pretty cool, huh? Now that you've seen the Pip Boy and the, extra feature, I'd say if I had to give this a review, like overall, it's really good. I don't have many complaints for it. And I didn't show you guys this, but here is the thing for the front to cover up your phone, and then this goes in the back to hold it. But overall, I would say this is pretty good. The only thing I'm not happy about is the inside. I don't know if I can show you guys if it'll show up well on camera, or if I can get it unlatched. That's another thing that I will say. Since I've painted this locking mechanism, my first issue I had was with this. You can tell it's not painted, because when I paint it, it hangs up on these and it just doesn't want to close right. Even with like this buckle part being painted, it's still like, it doesn't want to latch very well. But what I'm getting to with the inside here, I don't know if you can see too well, but there are all these types of like strings of imperfection. And I don't want to sit there with a little grinder and go to town on the inside of this. So I'm not going to, I'm just going to leave it like this. But that's my only gripe, is that. And there was an option to choose large and extra large. So I figured the large would maybe be smaller, and then the extra large would be what I wanted. Well, that's what the extra large looks like. It takes up like my whole freaking arm. And then it's like way too big. Now, I wonder if I were to put the cuff on the inside, like actually buy or make a cuff and put it in there, if it would fit better. That might be something I'll do in the future. I don't know, but Nuka-Cola Pip Boy, man. I can't complain, and I'm very impressed with the paint job. Every time I look at it, I'm just, mwah, excellent. I'm going to pat myself on the back for this one. You did good. With all that being said, at the beginning of my video, I said that this made my creative ideas just overflow and gave me a big idea. Now, my big idea, I'm actually going to show you guys in this video. This is 3D printed. I don't own a 3D printer. And over the past few weeks, since I've gotten this and worked on this, I've done a lot of research into 3D printing. And I figured out, I narrowed one down that I think is going to be good to start out with. And I'm going to get it right now, actually.
So, as you can see, I got the Bamboo Lab A1. I heard that was the best for beginners. And then I also got 2 spools of PLA, which I heard is the most basic material to start with. So yeah.
Well, now that we got the 3D printer ordered and we've talked about the Pip Boy, there's not much else to say other than I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
My Pip Boy is close. Blueprints scatter the floor. My creation now breathes. Kingslayer's pride.